Hey, this is Matt here, and right now I'm at a spot that I never came. I lived in Ottawa for the last 2 years, and I never came and hang out by the river. So this is the Ottawa River, and back there, sorry, that's on the Quebec side, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's on the Quebec side. But over here, that's on the Ontario side, and you'll see the tip over there. That is actually the Parliament, the Canadian Parliament. So that's where the Prime Minister of Canada spends most of his time in, and it's a beautiful view. It's some place that I really didn't spend a whole lot of time to explore, really the city. And so honestly, the last week I've been spending a lot of time in the area, just exploring a little bit and working in coffee shops. Spending some time there, finding some little gems and restaurants in the area that I've never tried before. So it's been a fun week. But what I want to talk about here in this video is how I discovered the SFM and how I discovered the program and how I came about it. Because the thing is, a lot of people I know that are online right now or that are looking for an alternative way of generating an income, and they want to do something with their lives, like especially people that are coming to a point where they realize that they spent so much time trading their time for an unfulfilling career, doing something that they're not passionate about, and come to a point of realizing, like, is this it? Like, is this how life is supposed to go? And am I supposed to continue down this path and repeating the same day over and over again? Or is there something else? Like, is there a bigger reason why I'm here? Is there a bigger reason why I'm on this planet? Is there a purpose, for me to be here, right? And sometimes those question comes up, and it came up for me, and it came up for me. Now, initially, like, just to tell you a bit about the story, initially, like, I got desperate to finding an opportunity online or finding a way to generate an income online or start an online business. But before that, I was trying to figure out what is it that I'm passionate about and what is it that I want to do with my life, right? So I had considered just alternative career paths or other jobs or other companies or whatever, but didn't really find anything that resonated with me all that well. And then that's when I read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, where he was talking about finding ways to generate passive income. So then I'm like, okay, well, how can I generate passive income? What kind of ways can I do that? Maybe I can invest, maybe I can get into real estate or something like that. So I was thinking about those ideas, but again, I was looking for something a little bit deeper, a little bit more meaningful, if you know what I mean. Like, I wasn't just looking for a way to generate an income. Although that was one thing that was important because I wanted to find freedom, right? And then the book, The 4 Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss, that's when he was talking about how people are running online businesses and it's running on autopilot, so they get to travel the world or live their own life on their own terms, which was like pretty interesting. So then I kind of combined the two and saying, oh, well, maybe, I can start an online business. Now, when I started looking, I was just looking, like I said earlier, like really desperately trying to find ways to do it. And trying to find ways at the cheapest way possible as well too, right? So I was trying to find a way to make an income online, but that will cost me the less. If I could do it for free, then I would have done it for free. And it just got me on a loop of just running around, running around all over the internet, trying to find all sorts of different ideas, signing up to all sorts of newsletters, trying all sorts of programs, buying programs. There was one where it was like buying and selling domain names, and yeah, you know what, maybe there is an opportunity there, but man, you gotta like do a lot of search and a lot of buying and a lot of things like of buying domains and then hoping to sell it at a profit, right? So I was just like, yeah, you know what, that's not really working all that well. And then I was discovering information like on affiliate marketing, so I was like, okay, well, maybe I can do that. That sounds interesting. I was following actually a podcaster that was talking about different ideas of generating an income online, so that was interesting. But even though I signed up to all those programs, none of them gave me what is it that I was looking for. Like, yeah, they gave me the opportunity to generate an income, but I didn't want to just generate an income and have that freedom, like, although that was important, again, it wasn't the main thing, you know. I wanted to do something that I was passionate about. I wanted to do something that I would be excited about. I wanted to do something that, you know what, would serve me. And now, more than ever, I want something that's going to be sustainable, right? I don't want to like invest and build something where, you know, it's going to die out in a year because it's you know, it's just a product that just doesn't sell anymore, or it's a business model that just doesn't work anymore, or it's just a temporary way of generating an income with something that's right now working, but that may not be sustainable for the long term, right? Like, I didn't want to just build something like that and you know, having to rewrite myself a whole lot of again in a year, right? So I didn't want it to do that. Now I wanted to do something that was gonna last, right? So that's when, you know, I came to a point where, you know, I was looking for those things, but I was kind of like losing hope, you know, like I was kind of losing hope before I found the SFM. I was losing hope. I was like, you know, I had tried all these programs, signed up, did some of the trainings, watched the videos, tried, implemented it, but I was just like, yeah, it doesn't resonate with me. And then one day I was just sitting there, I'm on my laptop, and I'm like, shit, man, like, what do I do now? So then I searched on YouTube and I put in how to find your passion, right? Because I was just like, okay, well, what was the fundamental question that I was asking myself when I started this journey of discovering what is it that I want to do with my life? And I came back to the fundamentals of basically finding my passion, right? So I looked that up on YouTube, and then that's when an ad came up, a video came up. A guy from Australia, his name was Chris, and he was talking about very similar things that what I'm talking about, right? Like, he wanted to have more freedom. He wanted to escape working in an environment that he wasn't passionate about. He hated the fact that he was trading all of his time for an unfulfilling job, and he wanted to have the opportunity to be able to generate passive income, just like Robert Kiyosaki was talking, and doing that online as well too, like Tim Ferriss was talking. So I was just like, okay, well, that sounds really interesting. So I signed up to the newsletter, and I'm sure glad that I did. And like, even initially I had some doubts, but those doubts just got clearer and clearer the more I invested my time in it, and more that I looked at the videos, and more that I followed the community, and I followed the leaders and the coaches and the mentors, and I started to discover that, you know what, wow, there's so much more to this than just generating an income, right? Like, this is about building you. This is about discovering who you really are. What's your truth? What are your values? What is your purpose? And then turning that into a brand, turning that into a business online that is revolved around you as an individual, and that therefore creating something that's going to be sustainable for the future, right? Because then if you're creating something that's revolving around you as an individual, then the sky's the limit, you know? The sky's the limit, especially when you tap into your potential. The sky's the limit to creating whatever you want with your brand, whatever you want in the digital world, whatever you want in the traditional world as well too. Like, I mean, you know, like, when you discover all that, you can really create everything that you want. So that's why it's been such an amazing journey just to go through this process and to be able to have discovered that. Like, I'm so grateful to have discovered that program and the education and the business system that the SFM and DEA has put together, because it's giving me everything that I need in order to learn what I need to do in order to run an online business, understand the fundamentals and the foundation that I need to put into place, and to be able to have the guidance and the support to be able to discover my true authentic self, and to be able to express that, and having the confidence to express that, and then building a business around all of that, which is really amazing, which is at the end of the day something sustainable, like I was talking about earlier. So just the point that I want to make with this whole thing is that if you're serious about this, if you're serious about creating a better life for yourself, if you're serious about creating something that's going to be fulfilling, something that's going to be sustainable, something that's going to be something that you're going to be excited about, something that you'd be passionate about building and creating and cultivating and improving and growing over time, then this is the way to go. You know, like you could look at all the other options. You could, like, if all you want is money right now and all you care about is just generating a fast income, then yeah, there's other opportunities out there. And I would say that not to look at this one, because I mean, this applies to this one, but I think it also applies to any other opportunity. Like, there is hard work in it. It's not something that's easy. It's not something that, you know what, you just kind of like jump in and copy a few ways of doing things, and then boom, you start generating an income. And maybe there is systems out there that will allow you to do that. And if you do find it, then please let me know. But right now, I know that that doesn't exist. And if you are serious about creating this life and serious about creating a life of freedom and flexibility that you'll actually love and enjoy and be able to experience every single day, then you got to be ready for putting in the work. But you can do it a whole lot easier when you have the support and you have the right education and you have the right skills and you have the right team behind you that's going to help you and that's going to guide you and that's going to support you. A community of people, of like-minded entrepreneurs that are creating their own businesses, their own legacy. And if you're surrounding yourself with like-minded people, then man, it just multiplies your power, because then they come in to help you where you fall short, and then you can help people where they fall short, right? I mean, this is the power of community, right? And that's the power of this program, is having the opportunity to surround yourself with a community of like-minded entrepreneurs to empower you to achieve your goals. So if that sounds good, check it out. You know what? And if not, then that's fine. I mean, you know what? I'm not here to please everybody. I'm not here to fill in all the gaps. You know, like I'm here to support those who are ready to really create this and are serious about creating their best life. So thanks for checking this out. Hopefully this has been helpful. And with all that said, I hope to speak to you soon. Cheers.